Good morning and welcome to Adult Story Time this morning. Happy you could join us. We're taking our stories for the month of August from the book The Grass is Always Greener Over the Septic Tank, and it is a book that was written by Irma Baumbach, and it was first published in the 1970s. So let's take a look. I've picked a section today, and I'm going to read a part of that chapter called The Garage Sale. And the reason I picked this is the time of year where everybody is having garage and yard sales. So I wanted to take a peek at this family's story about the garage sale. And so we'll pick up partway through the chapter. The garage sale. What's such a big deal about pulling your car into the garage if you have to exit by threading your body through an open window, hang from a lawn spreader, climb over the roof, and slide down a garden hose before reaching the door? Our garage was the twilight zone for the garbage, the dog, old papers, boxes, excess laundry, redeemable bottles, and projects too awkward, big, dirty, or stinking to have in the house. In fact, everyone else's was too. There was a garage clause in most of our accident policies that if we were folded, bent, spindled, or mutilated while walking through our garage, we could not file a claim. Then one day something happened to change all of that. Helen came over so excited she could barely speak. "How would you like to go to a garage sale?" she asked. "I already have one." "You don't, but the garage, you ninny," she said. "That's where the sale is. A woman over in the Dreamland Casada plot just advertised, and I want to check it out." A good 15 blocks away from the sale, we saw the cars bumper to bumper. I had not seen such a mob since the fire drill at the health spa. We parked the car and walked slowly, absorbing the carnival before our eyes. On the lawn, a woman was trying on a skirt over her slacks. "Do you do alterations?" she yelled to the woman who had sold it to her. "What you want for 25 cents?" she yelled back, an audience with Edith Head. Inside, mad, crazy, frenzied ladies fought over an empty antifreeze can for $1.50, an ice cube tray with a hole in the bottom of it for 55 cents. One lady was lifting the snow tires off the family car and shouting, "How much?" Another was clutching a hula hoop over her shoulder and asking, "Are you sure this is an antique?" An older couple was haggling over a pole lamp, insisting it would not fit into their car, and arrangements must be made for a suitable delivery date. It was marked 35 cents. Outside, Helen and I leaned against a tree. "Can you believe this?" I asked. "I feel like I have just attended Alice's tea party." "What did you buy?" asked Helen excitedly. "Don't be ridiculous," I said. "It's all a bunch of junk no one wants. I didn't see anything in there I couldn't live without." "What's that under your sweater?" "Oh, this. It's the only decent thing worth carrying out." I held it up. A framed picture of the Last Supper, done in bottle caps. "Isn't that exquisite?" I asked. "That is without a doubt the worst looking picture I have ever seen. Look how distorted the faces are, and besides, Judas is rusting. How much did you pay for it?" $6, I said defensively. $6, said Helen, doubling over. "You've got to be kidding." As she laughed, an electric iron dropped from behind her handbag. "What's that?" I asked. "An iron. I really needed an extra one." "It doesn't have a handle." "So why do you think I got it for 75 cents? "Look," said a lady who had been standing at our elbow for 10 minutes, "are you going to buy this tree or just stake it out so no one else can get to it?" "No," I stammered, moving away. She dug her shovel into the soil and began moving dirt. Frankly, I didn't give the garage sale another thought until another neighbor, Grace, said to me one day, "Why don't you stage a garage sale?" Because spreading one's personal wares out in a garage for public exhibition is not only crass, it smacks of being tacky. "Pauline Favor made $18," she said. "Get the card table," I snapped. My husband was less than enthusiastic. "Those things are like a circus," he said. "Besides, we need all of this stuff." "Ha," I said, "that is all you know. This stuff is junk. One of these days, we'll wake up and find the junk has taken over. We won't be able to move for boxes of rain-soaked Halloween masks and stacks of boots with one missing from each pair, and a broken-down potty chair. If you want to live like a pack rat, that's your business. But I've got to make a path through this junk, and soon. In desperation, he gave in, and the garage sale was scheduled for Thursday from 9 to 5. At 6:30 a.m., a woman with a face like a ferret pecked on my kitchen window and said, "I'll give you 30 cents for this doorstop." I informed her the doorstop was my husband, who is not too swift in the mornings, and if she didn't put him down this instant, I would summon the police. By 7:30, there were 15 cars parked in the driveway, 19 on the lawn, 2 blocking traffic in the center of the street, and a Volkswagen trying to parallel park between the 2 andirons in my living room fireplace. At 9 a.m., I opened the garage door and was immediately trampled to death. Grace said she had never seen anything like it. They grabbed, pawed, sifted through, examined, and tried out anything that wasn't nailed down, but they weren't buying. "What's the matter with them?" I asked. "It's your junk. It's priced too high." "Too high?" I exclaimed. "These heirlooms? Do you honestly think that $8 is too much for a box of candle stubs? And this stack of boots for $5 each? They don't make rubber like that anymore. And besides, who's going to notice if you're wearing a pair that doesn't match? Dare to be different and take this potty chair." "For $12 you take it," said a potential pigeon. "You can buy a new one for $15. I wanted to hit her. With training wheels, why, this potty chair can take a kid right into football season. When collapsed, it will fit snugly in an army duffel bag. It's not for everybody, only the discerning shopper." "You are going to have to lower your prices," whispered Grace. Grace was right, of course, but she should have prepared me for the personality change I was about to experience when I sold my first piece of junk. I became a woman possessed. As one by one the items disappeared from the card tables and the nails on the side of the garage, I could not stand to see the people leave. They bought the boots with a hole in the sole, electric toothbrushes with a short in them, a phonograph that turned counterclockwise, and an underground booklet listing the grades of Harvard Medical School graduates 1927 to 1949. The junk began to clear out, and I knew what I must do to keep them there. Running into the house, I grabbed dishes out of the cupboards, clothes out of the closets, and books off of the shelves. I snatched my husband's new electric drill and marked it $3. I ripped the phone off the wall and sold it for $1.75. When my son came home from school, I yanked him off his bicycle and sold it for $5. I grabbed a woman by the throat and said, "Want to buy a fur coat for $1? I was going to give it to my sister, but she looks like a tub in it." "I am your sister," she said dryly. To be perfectly honest, I lost control. Grace had to physically restrain me from pricing the baby who was being admired by our customer, who cooed, "I'd like to take you home with me." It was 7 o'clock before the last car left the driveway. I was exhausted mentally and physically. "Did I do all right?" I asked Grace. She hesitated. "In a year or two, when you are well again, we'll talk about today." "I don't know what happened to me," I said. "You are a little excited. Are you trying to tell me I went crazy?" "I'm trying to tell you it was wrong to sell your garbage for 40 cents. But she insisted," I said. "By the way," said Grace, "what's that under your arm? You bought something?" "It's nothing," I hedged. She snatched the package and opened it. "It's your laundry," she said, "that you keep in a plastic bag in the refrigerator. How much did you pay for this?" $2, I said, "but some of it still fits." And that is our story today about the garage sale. I hope you enjoyed it. I hope that you've never experienced something quite like that at a garage or yard sale. Until we see you next week, we are glad you joined us, but stay safe, be healthy, and have a wonderful week.